Hey folks, Dave here from the Spear Adventures Guild. I will be your dungeon master for the Siege of Westkeep in the October 2nd Greyhawk Con session that you've signed up for. So thanks, I'm really excited. I've been working hard on hopefully building a fun adventure for you. What I'd like you to do now is build your character. And instead of typing out some instructions to give you, I figured I'd just make a quick demo of how this is going to work. So you should have received a link in an email that'll take you to our Roll20 campaign page right here. And what I'd like you to do is launch the game. And what you're going to do is once you're into the virtual tabletop, you will see a splash page for the Siege of Westkeep. But over on the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a list of characters, one with your name. You're going to click on that. This is your character journal, and what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, if you don't know already, how to create your character in Roll20. So you click on your character journal. In my case, it's the demo character. There will be nothing in here for me. I think when you open yours, let's see, if we open Lee's, it will at least have a token set up. We can change that later if you're not interested in that token. But nevertheless, click on the tab here, Character Sheet. You will be prompted with a question. How do you want to create your character? We're going to go ahead and click on Use the Character Mancer. Gives you a little bit of information here. Just as a note, you can utilize anything that you find in the Character Mancer here to create your character, any class, any race, racial, and anything like that. If it's not in here, it's not available. We do have a lot of things available in here, so you should be able to find something that'll work for you. Click Next. Now, this is where you get to start making some decisions. You get to choose a race, so we're going to go ahead and choose, let's choose a dwarf. You get to make decisions. It's going to prompt you for all the decisions that you need to make. It's going to tell you a little bit about your character, proficiency, speed, all the racial stuff. You can make these decisions on what you want to do. It's pretty slick. I'm going to click Mountain Dwarf as my sub race. When you've made all your decisions on a page, you just simply click Next down here in the bottom right-hand corner. We'll choose Barbarian for this guy. It tells you what your different proficiencies and class abilities would be. Prompts you to make some choices for various things like skill proficiencies. For example, here tells you about your class abilities. I highly recommend understanding your class abilities. I think that will be super helpful. And then go on into the next page. And for your ability scores, I want you to use the standard array. Everybody's going to get the same standard array to distribute to your various attributes. So you'll have the standard array. All you do is for strength, for example, I would like a high strength, so I click on 15. Dexterity, I want a high dex, but I want a higher con. You make these decisions, dump stat charisma, whatever it might be. Once you've made those decisions, click Next. You can choose a background. You can choose whatever background you'd like to choose. I'm going to choose Soldier. Gives you some additional options of specialties, and you can roll these randomly, or you can pick them yourself, whatever you want to do. Once you've done that, click Next. Now for equipment, what I'd like you to do is just use this class equipment. That will be the easiest for you. You get to choose. Often you'll give you a prompt for weapons. We'll take some javelins. Equipment, etc. If you have magic use in your class, you'll have those options as well. And then you click Next. Just work your way through these. You can put your name, age, height, weight, etc. All your fun stuff here to round out your character a little bit more. And then hit Next again. Go through and review it. In this case, it says I've chosen the athletic skill, but I already have that skill for my background. So I can go back to my class tab here. And I can say, well, instead of athletics, I will choose nature. And then we'll go back to the review tab. We'll look for any other things here. Nope, I think we're good. Apply changes. Now it is going to build out your first level character. Look at this. Got a first level character. Got all of our skills. It automatically puts our weapons that we have, the weapon proficiencies, or the weapons that we have in our equipment right in here. So that's fantastic. This is a first level character. we're going to start with a third level character. So here's what we do next. You go to this little cog icon next to spells. You click on that. Okay. Now you scroll down here to the launch level plus character mancer right here. Click on that. It's going to open the character mancer again. Click next. Now here, where it says Barbarian, just next to that, level 1 plus 1, make that plus 2. So it's going to create a third level character. And then this is up to you. You can either roll for your hit points, which will use the standard D&D rules for each class on a D8 or a D6 or a D12 or a D10 to roll for your hit points, or you can take the average, whichever you prefer. Or you can separate them by using this little drop down. So I'm going to roll for this one. I rolled really bad. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to roll for the second one. And I rolled fantastic. That's great. So it all works out, right? Because of your class, you might have some other options here. So I'll just check on the Path of Wild Magic, etc. If you wanted to multi-class, you could do that, but you will only be starting at a third level. So I don't recommend multi-classing. Click next. It'll tell you a little bit more about some of the things that you're picking up as you upgrade. Make sure you scroll all the way down to make sure you don't miss anything. And then once you get to this point, you hit apply changes, and now you've got a third level character. And it's that simple. If you have any questions, obviously hit me up. You have my email address. Be happy to work with you on your character. I would say this, for this particular game session, it is very much a game of infiltration. Stealth, I think, would be a good thing to be thinking about in terms of your character creation. Doesn't need to be, but there will be a fair amount of mechanics related to sneaking into and about the keep so as not to raise the alarm of the sentries. That's a little tip. This is taking place in the world of Greyhawk, obviously. This is a set piece from the history of Keeland. It is a battle that occurred in the Hool Marshes at a place called Westkeep between the forces of Keeland led by Tavish III and the Sea Princes, a nation of scoundrels and buccaneers to the south who are at odds with Keeland. And there's various reasons for that, which we may get into in this game. So I won't give too much else away, but you will be infiltrating a keep and trying not to die. That's D&D, folks. Let me know if you have any questions. I can't wait to see you on October 2nd. Thanks a lot.